Alright, so even though there's a big amount of lag on my camera and stuff, I've got everything set up, so I'm just going to hammer on and demo the other stuff that Jason lent me. So the next on the chopping block is the Marshall Bluesbreaker 2, which is a overdrive pedal. And it has two modes basically. It's got a blues mode where it's like a drive pedal, and a boost mode where it's supposed to apply just a big fat clean boost to your signal to hit the front end of an amp hard. So I'm going to give it a go in both modes basically. Let's get on with it. That was so poor. Now I'm afraid I'm definitely going to be reverting back to some old bad habits here. So basically I've got the drive and the tone both at midnight, and I've got the volume up at 2 o'clock, which gives it just a little bit of an extra kick from the clean tone volume, and this is the blues mode. So prepare for the Back in Black being played badly. Let's try giving that some more drive, so pushing that up to 3/4, bringing the volume back a little bit, or pushing the volume up a little bit again, because that was too quiet. Ha! Worst rendition ever. So yeah, so it can get quite dirty. Let's go for some like break-up tones. That's with the done. That's with the drive down by like 9 o'clock, and I've pushed the volume pretty much all the way. So not much volume there, and it's gone a bit woolly, so I've pushed the tone up a little bit as well. So let's just listen to the decay and see whether it does what the jackhammer, its more metal brother, does on the decay. So let's hear a note. So no, it actually has a lot more smoother decay actually, so it doesn't suffer from that. So let's hear like what the sweep of the tone knob does. So if I just set the volume and drive up like I did for the very first kind of sound, so that's with the tone in the middle at 1/4. And if I push that up to 3/4, so I quite like that. I mean, it doesn't, even on max tone. Now I can only hear what's coming through the mics in my headphones, but that doesn't sound like ridiculously trebly or anything like that. It seems to have a nice response, but not be like ice picky and horrible. So I'm going to set up the amp to be on the edge, and we'll boost it next to see what happens then. Okay, so I've set the amp up to be basically like a little bit on the edge of breakup, so it sounds a bit like this when you strum softly, and then, you know, if you get a bit hard, then you get some breakup. So I'm basically going to slap it with the boost and see what difference it makes. The drive control doesn't do anything in this mode, you just got the volume and tone, so you can change the amount of the boost and the tonality of it. So let's try with without it and then kicking it on. So a fair amount of gain added there, and I also think a bit of treble and upper mids. So let's try rolling the tone down a little bit to 11 o'clock. think that sounds really nice actually. Like it's properly goosing the amp like into a really nice sort of place. So I've rolled the tone off all the way now. Let's try some neck pickup or both pickups, should I say, stuff. Bad chords, but there you go. Sorry. Right, so just doing some more boosty stuff. So I've got the tone right off and the boost amount up at like 1 o'clock, and I've basically taken a little bit of the edge off of the gain on the amp itself, so it sounds a bit like this. That was shit. Okay, and now let's go back to a more clean sort of sound. So roll the gain down, get the volume up on the amp. And go back to distortion mode, or blues mode, should I say. So there you go. I think it reacts like an amplifier does actually to a lot of like your picking, like strength and stuff like that, and I'm really impressed with it. Because I thought it was going to be kind of like more of a tube screamery type thing with like a loss of bass and stuff and a lot of big mid hump and stuff. But I think this thing like really holds on to the basic character of your guitar, which is really cool because it's like proper beefy when you kick it on. You know? There you go. Proof is in the pudding. Cheers for letting me borrow this, Jace. Crybaby is up next.